Hello, viewers out there. A wonderful evening to you. My name is Afa Acho. You're welcome once again to Sports Orbit. Salifu Usman is in the studio with me after being away for a while. Salifu, welcome back to Sports Orbit.
Thank you, Alpha. It's a pleasure coming back to my favorite sports show. I'm glad to be here again. Thank you.
All right, so that means today I won't be alone on the show today. Of course, Salifu is back, of course, and we'll begin straight from the home front where the president of the Nigerian Football Federation, Alhaji Ibrahim Gusau, yesterday charged chairman and members of newly constituted board of the Nigerian National League, Nationwide League One, the National Women Football League to come up with feasible plans and marketing strategies that will take Nigeria's domestic football to new heights. At the inauguration of the boards at the conference room of the NFF on Monday afternoon, Gusau also warned that board should have clear plans on how to sustain organization of matches and generally fulfill its responsibilities before the commencement of any season. He said, "We have picked men and women of high caliber, integrity, and drive in order that we will have sustainable leagues. We do not want a situation whereby a league will get to the middle of the season and be saying there is no longer money to run its programs. We believe we have in the new boards men and women who can turn things around." Of course, a lot of charges to the NFF, which is quite instructive. But I mean, like looking at the just concluded Niger Super 8, a lot of fans, even on social media on Sunday, people were saying, look, if an individual, a private concern can come up. In fact, the Super 8 was even more interesting than the league because on the final day of the match, I was surprised to see the Onikon Stadium fill to capacity, and especially the newly promoted side in the NPFL, Sporting Lagos, were played in that final against Remo Stars. And you could see the excitement, the joy on the faces of fans. And people were saying, if Nigerian league can be like, if an individual can do like this, how come the whole federation? And the way it's going in Nigeria, we can even see, just to digress a bit, the case of the refinery where an individual is able to build the refinery, but the Nigerian government is struggling to build the refinery for the past how many years? So are we not saying, for me, I felt, why won't the NFF even have a way of partnering with the organizers of the Niger Super 8 to even see how, maybe ideas, or to see how they can even bring them to boost our league?
Yeah, Alpha, thank you. Once again, let me say I'm glad to be back on this sport favorite show. And after being away for some time, it's a whole lot of things have passed away in my absence. And
Yeah.
at the same time, we're talking about the league. It's quite interesting to know that the Super 8 that you just alluded to it was fantastically organized. And very kudos to the organizer, the community organizers. And it gets to prove what we normally say, that football is a business.
Exactly.
And anything that is business is private driven.
Yeah.
Business cannot be run by government. And when you should allow all the government needs to do is to provide a enabling environment, let the business itself follow itself. Football as well, can sponsor itself. We have seen in a developed crime in the developed world, for instance in England, what we have seen in England, today Premier League, one of the best league organized in the league, and this is the most followed football league, is run by private organization. Not that it's not run by the UK government.
Yeah.
UK government only provide enabling environment and what is private. And like you rightly say, okay, you just, if you watch the Super 8 and compare to our Super 6, the Nigerian Premier League, when the league champion match, yes, kudos to the IMC, they have done a fantastic job compared to what we used to have other the LMC. But this ambition, still compare, the difference between the Super 8 and the Super 6 is still very wide
Of course.
in terms of organization,
Yeah.
because this one is privately driven,
Exactly.
and the organizer know that what they are aiming for is the money invested, and you want to get a return for your money. And if you put your money, you want to go extra man, whatever it means to get the return for your money. And that is what we always encourage. Let this football be driven by the private organization. And then let's come to about the charge given to the league board.
Exactly.
Fantastically well, just like the NFL president have seen, means of proof integrity by his own word, and has been chosen, and he has ability, he has all believing that on this big moment to improve on the league, and it is sure that they should ensure that they get funds to ensure that the league will not get into the meeting and obstruct them. But the question is this: is the enabling environment still there? Is it there?
Exactly.
Okay, we have yes, we have argued severally if you go, for instance, the even the club owners who are practicing in the league have also argued several times that let us run our own affair. People who own the club who are participating in the league, and you appointed people from nowhere else who have no interest
Exactly.
in the club, who doesn't have a club
Yeah.
to come and oversee the affair of other people. You have you choose private individuals to come and oversee the affairs of the people who own the club. The people who own the club, they say he who wear the shoes, no wear the pitches. No let we have to allow the club to choose their own leaders.
Exactly.
Allow the club to elect you as a president of NFF. You are elected to that position. Why not give the league a freedom to choose who they want to lead them, and let them put their hands together and build the league.
Yeah.
But you refuse. Now you have appointed several individuals. Yes, the several individuals, for instance, the new man who was appointed as the chairman of the NNL League, the Nigerian National League,
Yeah.
and then there is the second tier of the league. Is a veteran journalist, we all know him,
Yeah.
George Alu. With all due respect, George Alu is a man I know very much. I've interacted with him on the personal ground, and I believe that he'll bring to bear his experience. He's one of all those who also has also cried foul of the lackadaisical of not incompetent aspects of federal management and all this. I believe he'll be able to know something and be able to bring something better this time around. George Alu, I no doubt I have belief in him that I have a trust in him that he'll begin to do something better this time around. I hope that, but one thing that it does not make a forest.
Yeah.
George Alu cannot do it alone. So he needs the cooperation of everybody. So and he need the cooperation of everybody, the board management, everybody, and even the club owner.
Yeah.
But I hope he will bring his journalistic ideas and what his private business idea, what has done, what has done. He resigned from he have left the sporting somewhere he was supporting himself very long and that and since that he has been on the private stand on his own as a private individual, on his private business. But now I hope he has a tax and the OA George will have a full tax and I hope that I strongly believe and I pray for him that you'll be able to serve as a good ambassador for the journalists. But journalists who used to criticize,
Right.
now we have the task.
Exactly.
So we hope that it's not just a setting of a trap, they just set trap for journalists. But like we used to criticize us, now we have been opportunity. That's what you can do. So and I urge all the journalists across Nigeria to also give Georgia a needed support. But if Georgia fail, it's coming from us. It's from our constituency. If it's journalists, it means that journalists have tested and I also feel and we hope that Georgia, I have no doubt in him, he will definitely do something better. But my fear for him that we know how the NFF operates.
Exactly.
We know the cabals in the NFF. They can if they see you that okay, you are always patronizing, they always they just set the trap for they have set the trap for many people who have all failed. But I hope Georgia case will be a different will be a different thing. I mean, hope Georgia will be able to use the connection to get into the private sector and also get. But he also just like I said, he did a support. The NFF alone need to provide the enabling environment for him to thrive. And I hope that the club owners are agitating that we should have allowed one of them to head to manage their own. But I think they should give Georgia an opportunity to shape the fortune of the national league.
All right, to some NPFL news now, where of course Kano Pillars are back to the NPFL and they are already looking for a new coach. Of course, the statement from the club's media officer, Alhaji Ibrahim confirmed the solution, which was in line with the technical screw contractual agreement with the club, which expired at the end of the just concluded NNL season. Of course, from what Kano Pillars are saying, they've thrown the door open. They even put out an email where interested parties, in fact, they haven't narrowed down to a particular person. They said, if you have what it takes, send us an application, you send an email, send us an application, and we'll look at it. If you are qualified, we interview you, call you to have an interview with us. It's open to coaches, both domestic and foreign coaches. Is that a good way to go, or you feel they would have identified some veteran coaches in the league and went out for them as against training open?
No, yeah, I think let me first and foremost, because for the very lot, I think they get to my first time of coming to this show.
Yeah.
Let me use the opportunity to say congratulate Kano
Yeah.
Pillars and I say also congratulate Kasma United. I'm so excited. This is the two Northwest club.
Yeah.
Well, these are the only two Northwest clubs that were playing in the Premier League. We used to have Kaduna United also play in the Premier League. Kaduna United go down until today. We can't even find Kaduna United anywhere again.
Anywhere.
They are not even in the National League. They are not even in the National One League. They are going to Toronto. Now, Canopilla, who used to be one of the toughest teams, one of the biggest brand, one of the biggest brand in Nigeria, get demoted in second division. I was so virtually the same thing. Kastan in the same season, the two clubs operating from the northwest get into the lower division. I was thinking, well, what is going to happen for the northwest? If the entire north, for this in the northwest, don't have a team, even the Jigawa United also get the motor. So what are we doing? But luckily, after one season in the national in the second division, these two teams will be able to bounce back. I'm so happy and I'm so excited that yes, they were able to protect the image of the Northwest and ensure that the Northwest still have a corporate representative in the Nigerian Premier League. And now they are back. Let's talk about the business of the back in the Premier League. And I hope they have learned their lesson and they need to come to be like a born again like a Christian in the Christian forum, to be born again Christian, and then to be ensure that yes, they do something right. And I'm beginning to say that they are beginning to do something right by throwing open. To me, this is the best way to go. Don't limit to anybody. Don't say no, it must be somebody from the north or somebody from the civil Alhaji, also somebody from the no. You are throwing it open. Let whoever have the capacity come and prove yourself. You have when you throw it open, you have the option very wide to choose from the very wide option. And I hope that the teams of the technocrat who will be selected to screen to look at the CV and to look at the profiles of these coaches of the applicants who apply for this job will be able to do the needed job and will do the very vital job. One thing is to throw it open, and at the same time, another thing is to have the right people to be able to have the right judgment to pick from the best. And I hope that after all, we all know what is all normally play out in Nigerian general. You may have everybody apply, but at the end of the day, the best will not be sued. Because if those who you entrusted them to pick the best for you, did not play along. What I mean by that, play along and then decided to sabotage your effort. And I pray that they will get the best people to pick the best coach for them. Because Canopilla is the brand of the world. And we can't have the Canopilla. I'm happy that they are back in the league. And I think they'll be back where I commended the coach who just promised that one season will be enough. But to me, it would be fair to allow the coach to continue in my view, because that coach did a fantastic job. But going down, yes, we may say it's a second division, but Canopilla did the best to get back into one season. In ideal reason, we have allowed the coach to continue the job. But then they know it's better since they have thrown it open. Let's say that we don't forget that Kano State also have a new government in charge. And the new government, the governor of Abba Yusuf, I hope that Kano Pillars, if you must succeed as the governor in Kano State and you have to be loved by your people, the one thing you have to do in Kano State, you must support this one. Because if you are going there, if you go contrarily to football as an ambition, definitely many of Kano people, many of the Kano citizens, especially the youth, will not be happy with their government. And the best way to win the heart of the Kano people is support sport development. And I feel the Governor Abba Yusuf will take the right thing and give the necessary support for Kano people to destroy off.
All right, we'll go on a quick break. When we come back, Sport Public continues. Don't go nowhere.
For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
Back from that break, it's still Sports Orbit. Down to some other MPFL news. Of course, that story broke out yesterday concerning, anybody recall that Nwankwo Kanu was appointed chairman of Enyimba, with some appointment made, and the whole technical crew was dissolved, and rumors were initially that Finidi George was sacked as the manager. But of course, the new sporting director, Ekweme, actually said that those decisions did not affect the chief coach. Was all other positions in the technical crew, but Finidi remains chief coach of Enyimba. Initially some of us were surprised, a coach who just won you the league and to go like that. And of course, Ekweme, a former international, former time, you expect that they all work together. He came out to clarify and said, no, those were rumors that Finidi still remains chief coach of Enyimba. I think good development, knowing that, I mean, these are ex-international week. One can only hope that they'll work together to see if, especially now that Enyimba is also back in the CAF Champions League, to see if Enyimba can regain his the glory he had in back in the days.
Yeah, thank you, Alpha. And let me, just like I said in the case of Uganda, we use this opportunity to also can congratulate our own Papillo. It is a very deserved appointment.
Very deserved, indeed.
Quite interesting, and commended the
Exactly.
Governor Oti for doing things differently this time around.
Yeah.
It clearly shows other governors to look at that.
Don't forget that the former man has been there for over 20 years. Felix
Anyasi has been, is it 20 years?
Over 20 years.
Over 20 years, or more than two decades.
Yeah.
It's one of the longest sporting administrators in this country. But unfortunately, many people will say that, okay, Felix Anyasi has done well. To me, to some extent, yes, he has done well. To some extent, he has done woefully, in my own judgment.
He hasn't spent that number of years.
In my own judgment, okay, for instance, Felix Anyasi has been there for very long, for almost 20 years, more than that. And the first season during the 2003 and 2004, that was during the Canopy Lau Enyimba won that CAF Champions League back to back, courtesy of Governor Judo Oji. Oji Kalu, because Oji Kalu was so passionate about the club. Oji Kalu followed. That was how he gave all the necessary support, and that was why Canopy Enyimba was able to win that back to back. Okay, after that glory, by now, what was expected that Enyimba supposed to be in the class of Al Ali, in the class of the Memory Sundown of South Africa, but unfortunately, Enyimba is still struggling even within Africa continent. That they say that they might even find it difficult to progress to some sort of, to make it to the group stage of the CAF Champions League. In fact, unfortunately, and don't be surprised that after Freddy Sanya for that 20 years, I mean, if anybody in Abana to challenge me that was I'm saying, but up in Enyimba don't have a building called their own secretary of their own. Even the stadium they call Enyimba Stadium is a stadium built by the government. But Enyimba is supposed to be a typical example of how sports will be managed in this country. But unfortunately, Enyimba is still just without government support. Enyimba cannot go anywhere. Enyimba don't have any brand to be on their own up to now. But I hope that Kanu Papillo, our own man, a legend of that statue, international icon, should be able to do something different. And it's also a test on his person and also an ex-international. We have been clamoring that we should give the sportsmen to run sport. Now opportunities are beginning to come, and I believe that you'll be able to use his connection both within and outside this country to get to move Enyimba, and let's show that the Enyimba we should be able to see a different Enyimba that is being managed by S International. And the equipment also in both of them have done together. And with Finidi George, even the letter say that Finidi George was shy. It was not released. I saw that letter also. And apart from I also saw a letter from the state.
I think some sections of the media were just being mischievous.
Exactly. Yeah. But one thing is that it's like a new government. Even I saw another letter, although it's not consigned us, but the health minister of the Enyimba, the minister of health, also directing everybody to reapply. Yeah. That all the jobs will reapply. That's the same thing happening in Enyimba. That all the program directors to reapply for their job and restated their commitment for the job. I think it is a normal thing to ask me to restate their commitment. But it's good that they finish the jobs for some time. After this is 2 seasons. The first season, after the second season, he was able to win the league, and I hope that with him having experience, having a Canopy Kanu Nwankwo as a manager, as the chairman of the club now, and with the experience of Kanu Nwankwo and within the national club, there's no anywhere Kanu Nwankwo will knock door in this country that the door will not open. Exactly. There's no anywhere Kanu Nwankwo will knock door within Africa continent that the door will not open. Even beyond Africa, there's no anywhere Kanu Nwankwo will knock at the door beyond the Africa that the door will not open. And we pray that you bring that connection
Exactly.
to
Very
to
important.
bear on the Enyiba.
Yeah.
Let's begin to see a different Enyiba, different from the typical Nigerian club that is being run by experienced ex-international who know how it be and who know the pain of how footballers will feel.
All right, to some foreign news now. We'll go straight to the EPL, where, of course, yesterday United reached an agreement with Marcus Rashford for a 5-year deal extension to his current contract. Of course, at the end of the season, United had considered extending Rashford's contract as a main priority. I mean, clearly, when you look at United side, I mean, you could say that the reason why United make it to the third position was down to Rashford. This was someone who, in the last 18 months, struggled with injury, only to come back. And last year, since Robin van Persie left, no United player has broken the 30-goal mark in all competitions, which he was able to do. And United felt it was very important to tie him down to a long-term contract.
If you look at the Manchester United last season, the Ronaldo edges from the man was a blessing to was a complete blessing for Rashford. Immediately Ronaldo left, and everything about Rashford completely open, and I think Man U would have been stupid enough not to extend his contract. Still, the age is still on his side, and look at his goal, just like you say, his goal bring to Man U to third position last season. It's just by wasting that Man U, some of the titles were expected Man U to have won last season. They didn't win like the Europa League, and all that. If not, and then extend his contract is quite deserving. And after today, if you look at the Manchester United squad, he's still the point man.
Of course.
In terms of the forward, it's still the point unless they sign another player. But for now, you see the point man. You need to tighten your point man down and hope that he stay injury free. If he stay injury free, and then increase build on his fitness, build on his performance, I think he'll be able to do better than last season.
Right, to some other EPL news now, where Newcastle of course launched a bid for what's his name now, a club record actually in the region of £80 million for Kvaratskhelia, who they hope to bring to St James Park. 80 million for Newcastle, which will be a club record fee if he eventually makes the bid. Though Newcastle haven't really been active this transfer window, but this is their first major bid for this player from Napoli. Also, he was alongside Osimhen, was one of the two star men, and launching this bid, you can expect that you can only imagine what the likes of Osimhen will cost, because this is going for actually £90 million for this player.
Well, Newcastle last season was one of the surprise package last season, and they surprised everybody after coming from the relegation, and only for them for almost challenge for a title, and then at the end of the day, any qualification for the Champions League. But I'm too surprised that they are too quiet, just like you say, too quiet in this transfer window. Whether they hope that what they have is already enough, but I think is also good to strengthen the squad, and the Kvaratskhelia. The rubber this Napoli man, I think it will definitely boost their squad. But as that, it is quite a huge amount of money by that player. But I think what I'm trying to look at my fear is I hope this amount will not weigh him down, because sometimes when you bring a player with that such a big huge amount of money, and there's a most expectation on you to deliver, and you didn't deliver immediately, it will begin to become a problem. But well, let's say it's good, and I hope you'll be able to justify that this heavy huge amount of money.
All right, to some basketball before we leave. Of course, Morocco has been crowned champions of the 2023 African basketball competition, where it defeated Cote d'Ivoire 78-76. Well, for Morocco, I mean, dominating in every area of sports. Not once we thought that Morocco had already done well in football, but here they are in basketball. Some few years ago, when it came to basketball, we were calling the likes of Angola, Nigeria, but here from nowhere, Morocco is also dominating. But this tells you what proper investment in sports over a long period of time can do to your teams.
I think when they surprisingly get to the semi-final of the World Cup, there was a lot about the program, about 20 years program of sport development of Morocco, and we are beginning to see that manifest it in all replication. When you talk about basketball before, if you come within the North Africa, the only problem you can only make reference to Tunisia.
Exactly.
It's only Tunisia that's always a place on the field, disturbing Nigeria and Angola. Now we have seen Morocco coming from nowhere else. I have never even seen in the Afro basketball championship. Maybe we need to check that record. I've never seen Morocco even come close to this to the semi-final of the competition. They always show as a make-up number.
Exactly.
But now from nowhere, from the bottom to the up. Unlike Barasis from bottom to top now, but now from the bottom to the up. But congratulations to Morocco, and that's what you said. There's not a sport. It's not about. There's no rocket science.
There's no rocket science. No magic.
When you plan well,
exactly.
you begin to see the result. But when you fail to plan, what you get is what you invest in. It's just like a garbage in, garbage out. It's what you get. You want to put in that will come out, and that is why Nigerians, we are beginning to go in all ramifications. Okay, immediately I saw the Morocco winning something. What comes to my mind? What is around the Tigers? We have allowed the infighting to rob us of our progress in basketball. The Tigers won Afro Women's Championship back to back 3 consecutive times. But the last one, we can't even find the Tigers anywhere. The Tigers were the champions in 2015, champions in 2017. But now the Tigers cannot even come to anywhere. Even to qualify for the championship, qualify for the Olympics, it has become a problem. Because of what? Because of selfish individuals who are fighting for leadership. Now, you say you have the magic. Now all the players who are supposed to play for Nigeria are running away because of it. Are turning down because they never play for because of a certain individual, and yet this individual insisted that he must be the president of Nigeria Basketball Federation. Why can't you check yourself? If you are there and everybody is running away from you, why can't you ask yourself the right question? Can't you sacrifice your personal ambition for the interest of the country? All the players who are supposed to play the country are turning down the request of play for Nigeria because of you, and you still say that you must stay there. Who are you being? Are you being faithful to Nigeria? Or are you being faithful to yourself? When I pray, I'm just hoping that we'll have the very sound sport minister. Tinubu will be able to give us a very sound minister who will not come to pursue his personal interest, but to pursue the interest of Nigeria.
I mean, well said. Anyway, with that, we draw the curtain on today's edition of the program. Tomorrow, we'll be back with our midweek edition of Sports Orbit. Salihu, thank you for making a return to Sports Orbit once again.
Thank you, Afra, and it's my pleasure. And mostly, thank you for holding forth all this work.
Right, until come your way tomorrow again. Do have a wonderful time out there. My name is Afra, and it's bye for now.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.